Hello and welcome to another edition of TJ's Video Game Reviews. I'm your host TJ, and today I decided to go back to my roots with a game that started on this channel, Monster Rancher. Monster Rancher 2 is a life simulation game developed and published by Tecmo for the Sony PlayStation, and it's the second of the Monster Rancher franchise. It was released in North America on September 7, 1999, and I believe it came out around the same time as the anime. Once again, it features you as a beginner monster breeder, this time an organization of Emma, with the task of becoming a master breeder. I've heard from a lot of Monster Rancher fans that they played this game a lot more than Monster Rancher 1, so let's see what is so darn special about this game. This is Monster Rancher 2. For starters, the game actually tells us the prelude which led to the monsters in the first place. Apparently, God created the world, and then tragedy struck the land. God created monsters to help, but with the monsters came new problems, so a ticked off God put all the monsters into this store for humans to unlock in ways. When we learn that nothing good ever comes from angering God. Then we cut to some nice animation of different monsters being shumped by others. Forget Cam and Grind, straight already did go to the moon. After that, we get to our title screen and can select New Game or Load Game. After selecting New Game, you're taken to Emma HQ where you once again put in your name or any name you wish, and this time you can even select your gender. Oh, silly 90s game, there are way more genders than just male and female. There's cisgender, transgender, agender, gender fluid, non-binary, gender queer, disgender, and plenty of other genders out there. Once you do that, you have a quick test where you answer some questions and then you're taken to meet your assistant. And to this day, I still don't know what any of those questions have to do with monster breeding, but I digress. Then you meet your assistant, Colt. Yeah, sorry, no. I just don't feel connected to Colt like I do with Hardy. So there will be no Celine Dion. I had to mute that part from the first Monster Rancher video anyway. Stupid copyright notices. Don't get me wrong, Colt is a good assistant, it's just that nobody was going to measure up to Hardy no matter how hard they tried. So making Colt different and likable was the best thing they could do. And as far as assistant goes, I put her second only to the greatness that is Hardy. Once you're out in town, we have some things that are familiar to us, like the market, shrine, and lab. This time the shrine is a lot more limited than what monster you can unlock until you get higher up in the rankings as a breeder. But the market still has 3 basic types. Wait a minute. Where's the dino? Oh no. What is it, Lucky? He's realizing the terrible shoot of Monster Rancher 2. There is no dino. Is he dead? No, just unconscious. But Pat, you know what this means. It's finally our turn to take over TJ Reviews and review our own game. You're right, let's hit it! The Lucky and Pat Show. Lucky and Pat are live. Now it's Lucky and Pat Show. Lucky and Pat are live. What happened? Oh no, the party's over, Pat. Won! Yeah, they took away the dino and replaced it with the Zoom. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Why would they do this? The dino is a great breed on Monster Rancher, one of my personal favorites. On another note, at the shrine you can also take a save file from Monster Rancher 1 and take a monster from 1 to 2. As long as both 1 and 2 has that same monster, so good luck trying to get a dino from that. Okay, I probably don't the same more my sour grapes from the subject. Moving on. Once we get to the rank, some things are different, but some things stay the same. We still have all the same stats, such as life, power, defense, speed, skill, and intelligence. But instead of sharp, you want shields, which don't give you money, but does train your monster and raise those stats up. The animations for these shields are much longer and more detailed than the Monster Rancher 1, but you can skip them, so that's always a plus. Trading has been replaced with RNG, still the same formula, except this time the fields are more dangerous, and if your monsters succeed, they can run into a wild monster they have to fight. You do not control your monster during this, and instead the computer fights on behalf of your monster. Then finally there are the tournament themselves, which still has the same rankings of E, D, C, B, A, and S. This time the smallest tournament is like 6 monsters, and you still have the same tic-tac-toe system for the first game. Only this time the directional button move your monster, and the L1 and R1 button cycle between techniques. Another new feature in the game is that you can actually play with your monster. Depending on the type of monster you have, they may ask to play with you, and this takes you to a mini game where it's you versus your monster. As another treat, you get to at least rank D, and every 4 years there was a meet between Emma and Finba from the first Monster Rancher game. And in that meet you do get to go one-on-one with Holly! Marry me, Holly. Be the mother of my children. Speaking of the original Monster Rancher game, if you put in the Monster Rancher 1 disc, it will generate a special kind of Suazo that has high life and defense. This is to help you run a tournament when you're hunting for money, because after a single week the monster will kick the bucket. Another special monster you can unlock in this game, if you can get that far, is the Phoenix. This only comes from going on all 3 expeditions and getting the right items. The Phoenix is a powerful and well monster that I can remember my brother raising for a time when he played this game. One day it came out of its shed and just flew away, and we had no idea why, and I only found out recently that was basically its death scene. Story-wise, much like Monster Rancher 1, there is a must-win way of story set from what is discussed in the opening cutscene. It's on this time in Emma and was trying to be the very best. Graphics and music are pretty great too. The graphics took the art style from the first game and improved it in several different points. And the in-game graphics of the monsters and shots are even better this time around, and the music is catchy. As for flaws in the game, there is a lot the game does that it flat out doesn't explain to you even when you ask, like why the monster is stressed all the time. Overall, I don't like this game very much. I haven't had as much fun with it as I did with Monster Rancher 1. It's a lot more harder and a bigger pain in the butt to figure things out than its predecessor, and with the exception of culture characters in this game just aren't as interesting as the ones in the first one. The first game is 10 times better than this in every single way, and while it does have new features, I like the simple ways of the first one much better. Nothing more to say but skip it. That's it. This is the TJ Reviews. As always, don't forget to smash that like button, and I'll see you next time.